Call of Duty does a lot of things that I simply don't understand, and today is another one of those things, but not necessarily in a bad way. It has to do with the launch of a new Call of Duty IP known as Warzone Mobile. It's an interesting new game that plays off of Warzone, of course, but this time on your mobile devices. So whether you're on Apple or Android, you can hop in and play Warzone, but not on the maps that are currently in Warzone, on Verdansk and on Rebirth Island, maps that are seemingly coming to Warzone later this year. So it is confusing for many reasons, and we'll get to those. But I wanted to address something that I see on pretty much every single one of my videos. Every single time I upload a video, people say, "Who cares? Call of Duty is dead," which is furthest from the case. And we can actually look at some numbers here. Starting off with the best selling games on Xbox. As far as this goes, this is looking at February 2024, and the number one selling game on Xbox is Modern Warfare 3, which actually quite had me surprised. But that doesn't necessarily mean player numbers. These are the people buying the game. But the more interesting one to me is the number 10 slot, which is Black Ops 3, a Call of Duty game that came out 9 years ago. Almost 10 years ago, this game came out and is on the top 10 games selling list for February, outselling a ton of other games, which one, doesn't make any sense to me, and two, just shows the buying power of Call of Duty. A game that came out 10 years ago is outselling games that are coming out that month. But as I mentioned, that is just sales numbers. That's not necessarily the people playing the game. So we actually got some numbers for that on PlayStation. And on PlayStation, keep in mind that this isn't the paid for content. So this isn't necessarily Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 3, a game that you have to pay for. When we look at PlayStation, the top played game is Fortnite, no surprise there. The number 2 played game is Call of Duty HQ. In other words, that combines Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone together into one, over top of Grand Theft Auto. Keep in mind, another 10-year-old game, but still the second most played game on the console. So we can clearly see that it is the furthest from dead. But this is where Warzone Mobile comes in. Video games are one of the, if not the biggest media in entertainment. Over movies, over TV, they're absolutely huge. We know this by now. And the biggest of the markets is actually mobile games. You may not know that, but just look at Candy Crush. That game came out like 20 years ago and is still absolutely massive. And one of the main reasons why Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard King was for that mobile game properties. Now, with Warzone Mobile coming out, they're introducing another mobile game, a way for people to play Call of Duty, one of the biggest IPs like we just talked about, this time on mobile. And generally speaking, these games get bigger outside of North America than inside. If we look at Call of Duty Mobile, which was kind of the predecessor to this one, that's where we saw it. Outside of North America is where it became very big, and then Call of Duty, the PC, the PlayStation, the Xbox platform stayed really big in North America. Now, where this confuses me is with the cross-platform nature of it, because if you didn't already know, all of those Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 weapons that you can play currently within Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 are also available within Warzone Mobile in the exact same capacity. Now, I think this is a very good thing and a way to kind of play on the go. I see what they are doing there, but what I don't understand is the games are not the same. In fact, there's kind of like a loot boxy system going on within Warzone Mobile, and you can carry over some of those Warzone Mobile items into Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. And my worry with that is eventually they are going to release things just on Warzone Mobile that are going to be game changing, and you won't be able to get them in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. I hope that's not the case, but I'm worried about it. The other big question that I have, and this is why I made this video, and this is what I am the most confused about, is what happens next year? What happens in October when the next Black Ops game comes out? Are all of those weapons in Warzone Mobile going to disappear? Are they going to just add in weapons from Black Ops Cold War? We kind of saw that happen with Vanguard and everything like that, and the 100+ weapons in the game just amplify, and all of a sudden people don't know what to use. It's all confusing. I don't like that. I think we need that yearly reset with Call of Duty, but if you disagree with me, feel free to let me know. But what happens? And then on top of that, within Warzone Mobile, we have 2 maps. We have Rebirth Island and we have Verdansk. And then in Warzone not mobile, we have not those maps. We have Urzikstan, we have Vondel, we have Fortune's Keep. In other words, every single map that's not on Warzone Mobile are on regular Warzone and vice versa. And that's confusing to me alone as well. They're two different games, but there's cross progression. Whereas everything else that we've seen up until now with Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone, they intertwined completely. They were essentially one game in and of itself with, yes, cross progression. Where we saw that change was with Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, where those Modern Warfare 2 weapons carried over. But that doesn't answer what is going to happen as Call of Duty progresses. And I don't know the answer to this. So personally, what I would like to see is I like when a new Call of Duty game comes out and everything from the previous year is gone and then it is implemented into Warzone, so on and so forth. I think that refresh is really what keeps Call of Duty fresh. And I think that was a problem that they had with Warzone and then Warzone 2.0. We saw that people got all of these weapons. We had weapons from Vanguard, weapons from Cold War, weapons from Modern Warfare, all put into one game. And it was just so much bloat and overstimulation that the barrier to entry of the game was just astronomical. Because think about it this way. If you wanted to use every single weapon in the game at that point, you would have to level up weapons in Vanguard, level up weapons in Cold War, and level up weapons in Modern Warfare. And at that point, there's hundreds and hundreds of hours. So how are you going to get into that game as a new player? 40 weapons to level up. Yeah, maybe that makes sense. 200 weapons to level up? Holy, good luck. So my worry is that they are going to continue this moving forward. And when Black Ops Gulf War comes out, all of those weapons that are in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are going to carry over into Warzone. Because if they don't, they have to get rid of them out of Warzone Mobile and Warzone together. And that, like I said, has me very, very worried. Because I don't think that's a good thing. But again, I could be completely wrong on this one. Maybe you want to see all of your progression and everything you've earned and everything you unlocked carry over. But to me, it just adds so much bloat to the game. And this is the thing that we have talked about over the last little while on the channel. Games as a service. Call of Duty is no longer a yearly release game. It is a yearly release game and a games as a service. And generally those first 3 seasons are really intertwined with that game. And then in season 4, we start to see a season revolve around the announcement of the next game. And then season 5, we have the beta for the next Call of Duty game. And then season 6 is just the launch of the next Call of Duty game. But the thing is with Call of Duty as a games as a service is you pay $70 a year for access to that game. Whereas every other games as a service game is either really cheap or free to play. Look at Fortnite, for example. It is 100% a games as a service game, but it is free. Other games like Grand Theft Auto or other games like Rainbow Six may have a small barrier to entry, $20-$30, but it's not $100 every single year. Put it this way. If Call of Duty was free, but you had to pay $5.99 a month for access to that game as a subscription fee, would you still pay for it? Because essentially, that is what you are doing. You're buying the game up front for $70, but if you divide that by 12, you're $5.99 or whatever that number is, math is hard, and that is what you're paying for a year of access to that live service. You probably have never thought of it that way. Now, Warzone Mobile is free. Warzone is free, 100%, but that main title, Modern Warfare 3 this year, Black Ops Gulf War next year, you got to pay for access to. And as we know, that's the best way to level up weapons, unlock things, and of course, play multiplayer, which again is a part of that live service model. So I don't know if what I just said made sense and flowed together at all, but I just kind of wanted to get my opinions out there as Warzone Mobile and where things are going and the future of Call of Duty and how it all ties in together and the questions that I have for it. So if you have any ideas on this, thoughts, questions yourself, let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the rant, hit that like button, subscribe. Of course, I have more content coming almost every single day, so make sure you subscribe, have notifications on, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars.